Hey everyone, welcome back. This is Carrie with Garden Mess. This little arrangement is made from my Texas lilac tree. Well, it's a shrub, but I trained it into a tree. I'll take you out there and show it to you a little bit closer. But these are the spent blooms, and if you look closely, they have red and yellow, and they just look so cool. Anyway, I have them in a container and I am going to let them dry out like that. Okay, so this is the Texas lilac tree that I got those cut flower heads off of. You can see that's the ones that I cut. These are the new blooms. And of course it smells so good. It's just such a great smelling because it's a sage, and so it's in the sage family, and oh, it just smells so good. But anyway, I came out here and was just cutting off some of these blooms, and they look so nice. They really do catch your eye. I know it's hard to see because of the bright sun, but I have extra right there. I still have to come out and clean up, but yeah, my Texas lilac is starting to bloom again. Although I think these are sucker growths because they're coming straight up. And look, you got a honeybee. Just a busy way. No, those are bumblebees. But they're just busy, busy, busy. They love this stuff. But those that, well, I don't know, that's not sucker growth right there. But I did get some more cleaned up at the bottom. And I will take the cuttings that I came from the bottom and I'm going to root those. I need to come out here and spray this crepe myrtle again because look, it's got that aphid scale whatever stuff on it, and it's causing the leaves to turn that yucky color. The leaves should be pretty and green like this. Instead they end up turning like this black. I mean, look at that. Can you see that? How black they are? Every year I tell myself I'm going to get rid of them because I just cannot stand that scale. And then every year they bloom and I think, oh, they're so pretty. Anyway, I gotta come out here with the hose and just whack them. I think I'm gonna do that right now, in fact. On my way back there, I spotted a weed, an invader. And boy, it's got a pretty good root, but this is a Chinese tallow tree. And if you let these grow and take root, they will grow into a tree. They grow very quickly, so they'll be a tree, a full-size tree within a couple years. And they're almost, once they get that deep root, it's almost hard to get rid of them. You actually have to cut them down, and then if you can dig them out, great, but you may have to use that killer on the stump, those stump killers stuff. I don't like using it. That's why I like to go around and find them when they're tiny, because that root stump killer stuff can stay in the soil a long time. And some of those, if you're not careful, can actually poison the roots, and any of the roots that are touching other roots of other plants can poison those as well. So be very careful when you use those stump killers. Just even if you don't pick baby weeds, like the crabgrass or other type of weeds, always go around and look for the weeds that turn into trees. You definitely want to get these out of your yard, especially, and I don't know what this is all about, but they love to grow right up on the foundation of people's houses. And when I drive around my neighborhood and I see these growing, they're always right up on someone's foundation. And well, let me not be negative. But I was going to say, like, the people just let them grow. Anyway, get these while they're small because they're so much easier to pull out. And you don't want them to take over. Again, these are invasive Chinese tallow trees. Now you can identify them by the weird shape. They're not a heart shape. They're almost like a diamond shape. they're very, you can identify them very easily. They don't quite have, or even like a top, like, like the tops, old-fashioned tops you could spin. That's almost what they're shaped like. And anyway, very bad weed tree. And if I go on a walk or something and I see one, I will whip out my phone and take a picture of it when it's grown so that you can see the difference, just how invasive they are. And they have like little yellow tassel things that hang from them, and they put off a lot of seed, and they escape wherever you plant them. So Chinese tallow tree, do not plant them. They are invasive. But anyway, I digress. Let me get to the video. Here's another weed tree that I found. This is an elm weed seedling, Chinese elm. And these leaves are also very identifiable. They literally look like little, knives, razors, whatever you want to call it. They have very serrated edges. And they're weed also. They grow very quickly. And any tree that grows super fast is going to be weak wood. And another reason why you don't want them to become trees in your yard. Yes, they do grow fast. They will create shade for you, but they're also the ones that drop and crack and break when storms come. And anyway, you don't want this weed tree in your yard either. Again, this is a elm tree seedling. See if I can get a close up. There we go. They actually have very pretty leaves, but again, it's a weed tree, grows too fast, and is weak wood. Anyway, and I don't want it in my yard. And if you see it growing in your yard, you should pull it out as well. Oh my, the sun is already brutal this morning. Okay, not that crepe myrtles are weed trees, but they can be weedy, y'all. So keep that in mind. You can see this one's been mowed over several times. And finally, I think whoever was mowing noticed that it was a tree. But after their blooms, they set these seeds. And yes, these seeds turn into crepe myrtles in my area. So I don't believe this one was planted here. They don't look the best in health, but they are a lot taller than they were. I think these right here with this pretty bark, isn't that pretty bark? I mean, it's smooth. Look at that. The bark just comes right off of it. This is very smooth though. I don't know if you can see that in the pictures. I think this is a Noxious crepe myrtle. It obviously has had scale on it. I see ants, and so I'm sure there's some sort of sooty mold or something on it from the excrement of bugs or whatever. Let's see if I can get around. Okay, so this one here is also pink. So this one is not a Noxious. I wonder which one this is, and if it'll have that, it has the pretty bark. I'll have to look that up. This one is probably a Noxious because it's got the white blooms. And my neighbors have the Noxious variety. So it may have came from the neighbors. The pink, I'm not sure. Oh, here y'all, here is an example. If you lit that, this is the Chinese tallow tree. Now this whole area was cut down flat just 2 years ago. And look how big this tree is. This is 2 years of growth. This is why it has to go when you see it in your yard. Oh, ugh. And see this? It's got some other things growing in here. I don't know what this is. Oh, that's an oak. What is that? It almost looks like a large dandelion. It is. Look at that. Oh my gosh, look how big this dandelion is. Oh, y'all, that is 100% a dandelion. What? That's huge. And there's another one in there. Actually, there's several. Crazy. All right, there's a camellia back here, or ligustrum. Ooh, ooh, look. These are the seed pods. Oof, I gotta see that, how easy it was. Just break that off. I'm gonna toss that in the trash can. Yeah, this is ligustrum. Wax leaf ligustrum, it looks like. Also another weedy thing. Oh, there's a beautyberry back there. This one right here is a beautyberry bush. That can stay. Ooh, don't touch. Poison ivy. Or poison oak. Doesn't matter to me. You see those berries? Wait a minute. Uh-oh. Oh no. Is that kudzu? Y'all, I gotta pause this because I gotta get a picture of that. Okay, everyone, so that vine is not kudzu. Thank goodness. I nearly had a heart attack. That is a heartleaf pepper vine. It is actually native to our southeastern region. So anyway, I'm going to go back over to this area and check out the rest. Okay, so it's like a wild grape, and that's what that vine is right there. I just wanted to make sure it wasn't that kudzu, because that kudzu is problematic. Here's another problematic thing. Wild raspberry vines. I don't know how many times I've removed these things, and they just keep growing back. People checking out my vegetable garden. Yeah. Okay, so even though it is a native, I still don't want it growing over here. Oh, but you can see its fruits. Now wait, that's different looking. What is that? Oh, well, that looks like poison ivy fruit. I don't know if it is or not, but that probably needs to get ripped out too. Anyway, you can't even see through all of this growth. It is just very, very, very thick. So it needs to get thinned out. And it will. It will get thinned out. There's another Chinese tallow. Right there, that's a Chinese tallow. I think, anyway, there's a lot of Chinese tallow back there, and that's again because it's a weed tree. I'll call the homeowner, not homeowner, I'll call the lady that lives there and ask her if we can go in the backyard and I can film. Full disclosure, I do own this lot, this house and lot, and so it's been a while since I've had a crew come out here and take care of this. But I need to do it because it has a lot of crepe myrtles back there. It's actually a pretty yard. It's just hard. It's a big lot, hard to maintain. Doesn't make the best rental. I mean, it's a good rental property, but it doesn't make for a great house for the tenant to have to maintain, and I don't expect them to do it. I have someone usually come out and whack everything down, but it just grows so fast. It's probably been a year and a half since I had someone, maybe 2 years since I had someone go over there. Check out the veggie garden. I got an eggplant's growing. They curl though. I don't know what is that normal? Is that normal for them to curl up like that? The last one I ate was pretty good, but I picked it when it was that size, so I'm gonna wait and see if it gets bigger. Oh, my cantaloupe. And we removed that big cucumber bush that was here. We never got one good one off of it. And I did lose a couple of my squash plants because of that squash vine borer. Yeah, that was sad. So I've got to go to Home Depot and get me some more and get them planted so I can have another crop. Now this cucumber, it has yummy cucumbers off of it. And it's a cucumber burpee. And those cantaloupes look like they're doing good. Probably need to get them supported, get their weight supported. Onions are starting to bulk up. I've got these moved over here. I've got one here, and I have a second one. I don't know where it went. Where did I put it? Oh, it's over there, right there. I'm going to plant my string beans there, and then I'm going to be coming out here and start working in this section right here to get my pumpkin vines and everything in. Oh, Susie's outside. I should go ask her. Thank you for joining me today in the garden. I hope you learned something today and that you enjoyed this video. Until next time, y'all have a blessed day. Bye-bye.